Hello and welcome to the Short Hills Association presentation of Getting to Know the Candidates. I'm Jay Morelli, President of the Short Hills Association, and along with Tom Hildner, will moderate this discussion. The format will be as follows. Candidates will give a brief introduction of themselves, and that will be followed with 4 questions that have come from our members and our board. The candidates have been given the questions in advance. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Annette Romano. And as a reminder, the primary election date is June the 10th. There are 3 candidates running in the Democratic primary and 2 candidates running in the Republican primary. The 2 primary candidates with the most votes in their respective primaries will face off in the November election for 2 seats on the Township Committee. Mail-in ballots are now available. Early voting runs from June 3rd to June 8th. And with that, I'll turn it over to Tom Hildner.
All right, thanks, Jay. Good evening, Annette.
Good
To
evening.
begin, please take a few minutes and tell us about yourself and why you are running for a seat on the Township Committee.
Thank you very much, both Jay and Tom, for hosting this event and for the Short Hills Association for putting everything together for this very important Getting to Know the Candidate forum. I'm happy to be here. My name is Annette Romano, and I am currently and proudly the mayor of Millburn Township. I was born and raised in Millburn. Along with my husband, Nick, we raised our family here. I currently reside in the Wyoming section, and Millburn is my home, and I wouldn't want to live here anywhere else, live anywhere else. We are a loving and caring community. We celebrate different cultures, heritage, traditions. We celebrate together, we shed tears together, and we support each other. Experience matters more than ever, and institutional knowledge matters more than ever. I have both. I've been a community volunteer for most of my adult life, beginning in the school's PTO, working with the district's community outreach efforts, and my time with the American Red Cross in Millburn. I served on various township and boards for over 20 years before joining the Township Committee. And in 2019, I founded the food pantry at a very crucial time right before the pandemic. The pantry continues to be a valuable resource in our community, serving our community. That's it.
All right, thank you. Our first question is this. Please identify the 4 most important policy issues facing Millburn Township and tell us when and how the Township Committee should address them.
So right off the bat, I'm going to talk about overdevelopment, and I'm not going to call it affordable housing because unfortunately we've been labeled as the town that's against affordable housing, and we're not. We have fought very hard. I have fought very hard and will continue to fight against fair share housing, including overdevelopment in Millburn Township. We're trying to add sites, senior development, workforce housing with our next round. We're working as a group to come up with the best solutions to address our next round. I voted for our municipality to join Montvale's lawsuit and recently have been named as a plaintiff individually in my capacity as mayor to be part of the new federal suit that was filed by the Montvale Group. Affordable housing in New Jersey needs to be fixed, and we must maintain character. I'm sorry, I kind of lost my notes. I'm sorry, I lost my notes.
No, take your time. That's all right. You're saying about character.
We've always been and always will be a welcoming community, and we pride ourselves on our character while addressing our obligation. I don't know what happened to sorry about that.
All right.
I'm sorry, what was the rest of the question you asked?
Well, I was asking you that I had asked you to identify the 4 most important issues facing Millburn Township and to tell us when and how the Township Committee should address them.
Flood mitigation is another one, and I know that's a question later on, so we could talk about that later. And then public safety, very important, and I also have that to talk about later. And lastly, maintaining a thriving business community. One of the things that makes Millburn Township great is our business community. Our business community brings all of our neighbors together, people from other towns, whether they're dining, grabbing coffee, taking a painting class, a spinning class, or grabbing ice cream with their neighbors. Our local businesses is where it all starts. It's where friendships are built, and it's important that we support these businesses in any way that we can. When it comes to our business community, I am its biggest cheerleader. I shop locally whenever I can. Steve Grillo, Amanda Dean of the Special Improvement District do an amazing job bringing in our businesses and working with them to make their businesses thrive. And we're just going to continue, to do that and give them whatever support that they need.
Okay, thank you. Our second question is this. Please identify 3 significant policy successes, if any, and 3 significant policy failures, if any, of the Township Committee during the last 2 years. And state
Well,
I'll just finish the question for you.
Sorry.
And state the reasons why you describe them as successes or failures.
Well, the number one is obviously going to be public safety. During my term on the Township Committee, we hired additional police officers and invested in crime fighting technology, which includes license plate readers. I also helped in creating the Community Policing Unit, all of which have led to a serious reduction in crime and more of a community feel that I haven't felt in a really long time. The home assessment program, also part of the Community Policing Unit, which offers our residents safety tips to help to protect their families and their home. The other policy success, I would say, is our transparency. I'm the first mayor in the township's history to do away with mayoral appointments on the Township Committee and boards. Members of the committees and the boards are selected by a consensus of the Township Committee. This has led to all of our boards and committees being much more effective. Some mayors in the past have used it to push forward agendas. In the last election for Township Committee, I didn't support Alex Saltzman. After the election was over, I reached out to Alex and we met to figure out how he could stay involved in the township. Alex is a Republican and I'm a Democrat, but it doesn't matter as we share the same love for our community. Alex now serves on the Explore Millburn Short Hills board. I also changed the weekly mayor's message to the Millburn message, giving our residents an opportunity to hear from all of the Township Committee members. I've worked hard to bring a much needed tone of civility to our Township Committee meetings and our community overall.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I have one more. Park and Recreation. We have a beautiful new and long overdue, completely inclusive playground coming to Taylor Park, breaking ground later this year. The Taylor Park Gateway Project, which is the Millburn Avenue entrance to Taylor Park, will have a beautiful new appearance and will be much more visible from Millburn Avenue. And then let's not forget the pickleball courts. They were installed last year. We added new lights this year. And it's just an amazing recreation facility overall. And the Paper Mill Playhouse also getting a much needed facelift. We're renovating Town Hall, adding the municipal court, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. And lastly, investing in our community. We continue to invest in our township, all while maintaining a solid budget, AAA bond rating, and a high level of service. During my first term, we received approximately $2.9 million in grants. I worked with Committeeman Stoller to move the summer closure to Town Hall Plaza, which was extremely successful last year and promises to be more exciting this year. The summer closure has brought families from all over to our neighborhood, to our community during the summer. Our neighboring communities wish they had the summer events like we do. I've worked hard to build and maintain a vibrant business community. We also brought back animal control in-house, which has been a huge success without hiring additional staff by moving staff from our DPW. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Our third question is this. Flooding remains one of the largest long-term challenges facing the town. The Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee has been working to identify and prioritize potential projects to reduce the likelihood of flooding and to minimize the impact when flooding occurs. What projects, whether identified by the Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee or not, would you propose moving forward with? If you are elected to the Township Committee, what will you do to move those projects forward?
The Flood Mitigation Committee has done incredible work over the years, and flooding has been a major issue for a very long time. I remember flooding on Milburn Avenue as a child. The township mayors before me tried and failed to get the support of Essex County and the city of Orange for the Orange Bypass project at the Orange Reservoir. I got it done. We worked tirelessly with Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill's office to seek a community projects funding grant for the much needed upgrades to the Gilbert Place pump station, which would have resulted in $1.1 million in grant funds. Unfortunately, this funding was cut earlier this year, and I hope with the support of the Township Committee to still be able to fund this project.
Okay. All right, then we get to our fourth and final question. The Charter Study Commission referendum will occur in the November election. Do you plan to vote for or against the referendum, and why? If the commission is formed, what do you believe its recommendation should be? If you are in favor of changing Milburn's form of government, what form of municipal government would be your preference and why? For example, do you prefer a form of government in which the mayor is elected directly by the voters, or one in which the mayor, as we have now, is chosen by the township committee members? Do you prefer partisan or nonpartisan elections?
First off, let me say that I am the only candidate being interviewed who actually voted for the formation of the Charter Study Commission, and yes, I plan to vote for it again in November. I do think, though, that anyone running for this commission must go into it with an open mind and is willing to do the homework, study the different forms of government, and put the hours in needed to find the best form of government for Milburn. I personally think that our citizens should vote and elect the mayor. Then the question is, do the residents want a strong mayor form of government, like in Newark, Jersey City, Irvington, East Orange, or a weak form of government like we have in Roseland? Another consideration is, do we want an at-large committee positions, all district committee positions, or a combination of both? There are many forms of government in New Jersey, and they should all be studied. Whoever gets elected as commissioners will have their work cut out for them. Either way, I will continue to govern and lead in a nonpartisan fashion. The current township committee works very well together, and no one votes on party lines. We all vote for what we think is best for Milburn. I think there was another part of that question.
Is there anything you want me to read to you again?
Just the end, Jay, if you don't.
Do you prefer partisan and nonpartisan elections? Is that what you're referring to?
I don't think I have a preference. I don't have a preference because whether they're, and I've said this to Jay before, whether it's partisan or nonpartisan, Democrats are still going to support the Democratic candidate, and Republicans are still going to support the Republican candidate, and everyone will know which candidate is which, just like our Board of Education is. So, regardless of Board of Education being nonpartisan, everyone knows who those board members are and what party affiliation they have. So I don't have a preference right now. But again, I feel that, the candidate should be running on their record and what they can bring to the community.
Well, thank you for your answers to our questions. In conclusion, please tell us briefly why the voters should support you.
I am an effective leader. I've proven that I can lead in a bipartisan manner. I'm always easily accessible by phone and email. I hope with the support of the residents of Milburn Short Hills that I can finish what I've started. I will always continue to put Milburn Township first. I was voted mayor last year and this year by the governing body and I've proven that I'm an effective leader. We may not always agree, and that's okay, but we respect each other's opinions and we move on. I am proudly running in the Democratic primary as the endorsed candidate by the Millburn Short Hills Democratic Committee with my running mate, Deputy Mayor Michael Cohen. The election is June 10th. If elected, I will be running in November against the two Republican endorsed candidates. To be an effective leader, you must be able to work with everyone regardless of their party affiliation, and I have done that. We are a team. To my potential Republican opponents, the truth is that when it comes to important issues, such as the upcoming renovations to the Paper Mill Playhouse and the SID, and the incredible events that they host that bring our business community to our residents, Committeeman Stoller and I tend to vote yes. And Committeeman Secamendi doesn't. Township government is just not the place for games. You know, we have a job to get done and we do what's best for the community all the time. To be an effective leader, you have to be a uniter and not a divider. And as mayor, I think I've proven that. Since I've been the mayor of the township, we've had an effective team, and I've proudly led that team. A vote for me is a vote for Millburn, and it's the town that I love. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Annette, we want to thank you and the other primary candidates for being willing to serve on the Millburn Township Committee and for participating in these candidate interviews. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.